Good.
Yeah, I'm ready. Ow. Here's the beer.
Benthic City.
He gets the whole room, even Graham recording this, so there you go. Yeah, perfect. Alex already recording, so.
Doing the
Go ahead.
documentary. Basically, we had this like concept of, like, you know, in the likes of global warming and all this climate change shit happening, Vancouver being submerged completely underwater. The city of Vancouver, that is. And Benthic, for those of you who pronounce it Bafnit, it is Benthic. There's a word in the dictionary, you should look it up.
How many guys are in your group?
4.
You two, Aaron, and Dave.
Yeah. Yeah, the 4 of us. Started with the 3 actually. Well, Ryan and I originally.
Yeah.
And then Dave soon after. And then, what, about a year, maybe even 2 years later.
Yeah, because we went through a couple of guitar players.
Yeah. Actually,
before we got Aaron.
There was a point though, like even before we got Aaron, and Ryan just had to move away because shit wasn't going.
Yeah,
for him.
yeah.
And he was living in Victoria, and we still stuck together as a band. You know, Dave and I kept writing riffs, and we'd be stoked for when Ryan would come back. We'd be marked on the calendar.
This guy sent me emails like guitar recordings that he'd done, and I just listened to it, and I'd go to Kamloops once in a while and we started jamming.
Yeah, it was like Dave and I'd be like, okay, Ryan's coming on Friday the 16th. We gotta have these songs done for then.
Yeah.
And then we just jam out, and then, Aqua Jam.
Aqua Jams, yeah. Jamming our landlords.
Minotauros, yeah.
Akapure factory.
Yeah.
And it is. It
Yeah.
looks like a factory. It's like big steel walls everywhere. It was so loud in there. Like we couldn't. I think we jammed there twice. And that was it.
Yeah. And then it got to the point where we were too loud and neighbors were complaining. So
Yeah.
we, after, we played at our landlord's water store there, but that was like a short-term thing. And then we were struggling for a place to jam, right? Like
We were gonna jam in his crawl space in his house.
Yeah,
we even
we were
considered
so
that.
desperate that he has a crawl space where you'd have to crouch to jam.
It was
We
like,
could
I'm
fit
not shitting you, it was
drums in
this
here.
tall. Like, I would be drumming like this. Like, we considered it just for a place to jam. Like,
Yeah.
we need a place to jam. And, like, we phoned up Long McQuaid and asked them if they had any kind of, like hub we could plug into that we could jam on, like, listen to on
We
headphones.
walked in, we were like,
Yeah.
what time do you close?
Yeah.
We walked in with like 15 minutes
15
till
minutes.
closing.
Yeah.
Do you guys sell a device that will let us plug into and we can jam through it and listen through headphones so the neighbors don't complain?
Yeah.
And Raul there was like, yeah, right here. Check it
Jam
out."
hub, like
Jam
it was
hub,
like
yeah.
oh, this like
Yeah.
light beacon down on it. It was like the jam hub.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna need an electric drum kit with this too.
Yeah.
You know, again, 15 minutes before closing time's like, yeah, sure, no problem. Which one do you want? I'm like, I want that one right there, cause I don't know, it's the only one you got that's nice.
Yeah, exactly. And threw it on our, credit card.
I had an
middle of
account.
winter.
I had an account. I had no job
Yeah.
and nothing. I had my EI had run out, and I was on account with them. Like, oh, you still work for Dearborn Ford? And I'm like, yep, still work there. And I used you as a reference. And fuck yeah, I walked out the door with probably about $2,000 worth of musical equipment.
Yeah.
Stuck her in the car. Came home by 6:30. We were plugged in and jamming.
So I got a message back from Roland about my processor.
Oh yeah. What did he say?
What was it? They said, "Oh yeah,
Buy
mail it to Roland in Vancouver, and we'll see if we can fix it." Like, So I called the guy in town here that works behind these,
Yeah.
and I had talked to him about it, and he's like, "Oh well, could be a power supply, so bring it down to us, and we'll give you an estimate."
Yeah, they're good, man.
Wicked.
So, you two went to high school together.
We did. We actually met in grade 6, believe it or not.
We did.
Hmm.
Back
That's
in the day, we were
Our dads worked together,
dads worked together.
so we got together one day. I don't know, they were getting drunk or something.
Something like that. I think their
Hmm.
time went on or whatever, and we were.
We got bored.
We
So
got
we checked
bored.
out your massive Lego city that took
Yeah.
up most of the basement.
And Sean was over that
Yeah,
time.
that's
Well,
right.
we should also mention Sean in this. Sean was a drummer in Merchants of Death while I was
Yeah,
away.
he was a creative force in a lot of the songs.
Very
we've
creative,
written.
and he's been there since day one too. So
Merchants of Death? What band was that?
That was Sean, myself, and some other crazy punk guy created Merchants of Death. And we wrote about a dozen songs.
Mm.
And then
a couple of which we still use to this day.
yeah, we used Mark for Death and Cosmic Death Ride.
Those are
and
the two remaining, and then there's another one
we
too.
derived Chain the Gate from one of the ones I wrote.
Chain the Gate was, I remember playing bass too with because I
right.
moved back to Victoria and Merchants of Death lost their bass player and their singer. So I kind of just started jamming and I recognized the songs right away because I drummed to them. So we
Anyways.
started jamming and, yeah, we've been jamming, since what, we were 13?
13.
13 years old. Like I said, we met when, yeah, I know, man,
It's
we're
like
getting old.
15 years.
Shut up. No,
Holy
longer than that.
shit.
Try fucking 16, 17, man. That's.
Oh god. Well, and then Benthic City started when Paul came down for Christmas with Amy.
Yeah. Well, that's just it.
And we started
was there.
jamming. You're like, oh, well, I'll just rearrange Sean's kit and we'll jam.
Yeah.
I always started playing.
Because I always saw, because I've jammed with Aaron, I've jammed with Paul, and I always saw these two guitarists are awesome. It would be wicked if, like, I could get, like, both of them together in one room and jam. And, like, the first time these guys jammed together, it's like, fucking, like, they hit it off right away. Like, as a drummer, I've experienced many guitar players, you know, button heads, playing different things. Like, everyone wants to do their own things, but these guys, like, fuck, it was awesome.
One, two, three, four. God, but yes, I see you, and I will pleasure to you. I take red with your blood. My justice has been rolled upon you.
My influences, big Black Sabbath fan. Love the Doors, you know, Clapton, Slayer, Metallica, Iron Maiden, you know, just all the classic groups. You know, and then of course the whole grunge thing. I like everything from New Age yoga to classical aura. The thing is, though, there's certain groups like the first I just mentioned. Those are the ones that hit to the soul, like bang. You know, and they're a lot of fun to play too, when you just playing cover with your buddies. Yeah, I'm about about a decade older than the most of the members in the band, and just because I decided to go back to school later in my life, and that's why a lot of say classics like Cream, Led Zeppelin, you know, Guns N' Roses, all those different bands. Motley Crue at the time, you know, that was the stuff we were partying to and having a good time to. And AC/DC was a big part of it too. And, you know, I just love the charging rhythms, Rage Against the Machine. You know, so I have a whole range of different influences, but metal always gripped me.
So, tell me about when you first started playing together.
Well, actually, I met Dave at university. He, first day of class, sat right beside me and showed me the textbook, and he was like, how am I supposed to learn if there's not any pictures? And I was like, I'm going to like this guy. And I found out he played guitar, and you know, came over here for some beers one day. And,
you were actually jamming with your neighbor Ryan,
right?
And
already, hey?
He was a drummer, yeah. And then we got together, and they needed a bass player, so I said I'll try bass, and you know, just learned how to play.
Yeah.
We started developing our sound, but it was we had a different name back then.
Yeah. We called ourselves Minotauros back then, and yeah, it was cool. Like it was just the three of us, and we'd play in here at the parties. You should tell them about Ancient Journey. That was probably it was my favorite song.
That we played as Minotauros. Yeah, that was one of our other songs, and a lot of it was instrumental. The idea was, you know, a guy sees a shaman, goes on a like a peyote or a mescaline trip or something, and just goes in the spirit world looking out for himself, and all he finds is just like, what the hell's going on? Post-apocalyptic Earth, global warming, all this shit. So it's just about someone stepping outside of life's boundaries and allowing his senses to become deranged enough to see the truth.
So tell me about the vocals. All four of you do vocals, and Yeah, how do you train your voice for that?
You just you write down some cool lyrics that everybody thinks that it's really cool.
Yeah.
So we all give it a stab, and whoever lands that wins the spot. It seems, And then we all it wasn't a competition. How we got the voice was the idea of getting the voice, getting the metal voice.
Cool.
We're like this band that like doesn't suck.
Okay. So, you guys are metal, but you're not Cannibal Corpse metal. What type of, are you a hybrid between two music genres, or would you like to think that you're just a category of your own, or you just do your own thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Which one? The first thing
I'll
I...
give you an ambiguous answer. Yes.
We play everything. we incorporate country to blues to metal to rock to fucking
Thrash,
Oh.
grindcore.
So yeah, I guess you
offbeat.
would say we are hybrid, but that's turned us into our own beast.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
People hear us and they're like, I haven't heard that before.
Yeah.
We've evolved without dying.
So you have a new album, you have an album coming out.
Yep. It's hopefully we'll have about 8 to 10 tracks on it. We're just basically in the mastering stages right now.
Have we picked a name for our album?
I think
Self-titled.
self-titled. We're thinking.
Just gonna be Benthic City.
I think so. For the first one, make it simple.
Okay.
For the next one, then we can start growing. Because this is basically like the original Benthic City material, and then
We should call the next album Bathysphere and have it FEAR.
yeah.
Anything more you want to say?
Yes.
Keep listening to metal. What do you want to say? Doesn't have to be profound. If you thought Bugs Bunny looked hot in a dress, that's okay, man.
That is all.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, let's make it all transcend and embrace the metal.
Right on. Paul?
Kill the orcs.
Thank you.
Oh. Syphilis. That is all.
Shine, water,